If I had to sum up this video in a single sentence, it's that the lack of inventory has gone from a challenge to a crisis. My name is David Hargreaves. I'm a realtor in Sonoma County, covering a wide range of subjects from market data, moving to Sonoma County, as well as investing in vacation rentals. So it's nothing new that inventory is down. I've spoken about that before, but it's much worse than you might think. Wherever you look, there are two topics that we're seeing in the news time and time again. First, that there's a housing shortage with inventory levels way down. I mean, we've seen these headlines before with there being a housing shortage due to the number of homes being in existence being less than the number of people who need a home. But this time the headlines are different because it's about how few homes there are for sale. The other headline, which to be honest is a little bit misleading to a lot of people, is the fact that sales are down. I mean, if you take this at face value, it sounds like there just aren't enough people out there looking to buy homes, and that's definitely not true. Sales are down because there just aren't enough homes to buy. Trust me, there are plenty of buyers out there. The lack of sales is because of a lack of inventory, not a lack of supply of buyers. In fact, for buyers, it's an incredibly competitive market right now. Over the past 10 days, I've made 3 offers for buyers and every single home got multiple offers. On one particular deal, the asking price was 1.1 million, and we thought we stood a reasonable chance of getting it at 1.2 million, but we were a long way off the final price. So if you look at this graphic, you can see that in Sebastopol, 60% of all transactions involve multiple offers, while in Healdsburg it was 42%, and in Sonoma it was 39%. This is definitely not a market you would expect with interest rates running at the 7% level. So let's look in more detail at some of the data. If we look at the number of homes for sale in Sonoma County over the past 10 years, we can see that at the end of May in 2008, there were 3,265 homes for sale. But at the end of May this year, it was 921 homes. And that's a 15-year low. So back in 2018, 2019, 2020, we said inventory was low if the number of homes for sale was 1,000. But if that was low inventory, the inventory levels now are pretty much non-existent. We're used to an inventory levels at over 1,000, whereas over the past 3 months, we've barely been at half that level at 500 homes for sale. While the first part of the year, there were barely 400 homes for sale. So this really is a bit of a crisis. There are 2 main reasons why inventory levels are so low. Firstly, no one wants to sell right now. So let's think about it. If you're sitting on a house with a mortgage of 2.5%, why would you sell when you know any mortgage on a new home will likely be at a rate which is nearly 3 times that? If you're looking to move to a bigger house, you'll be paying a lot more, not to mention the increased property tax. And even if you're looking to downsize, you may well end up paying more, but for a smaller home. The other thing I hear time and time again is that people are now looking to remodel or extend their home rather than selling, and that just further exacerbates the problem. So the second thing is, there are just not enough homes being built. So why is that? A lot of builders have stopped building. I mean, even as an individual looking to build a home, if you find a lot, it can take you a couple of years just to get the permits, let alone to break ground. For example, I've got a client who bought a piece of land nearly 2 years ago now, and they still don't have the permits. And the latest thing is that now in a holding pattern waiting for PG&E to hook them up to electricity. On the other hand, I've got a client who recently moved from California to Texas, and they literally got their permits in a month. And Sonoma County isn't unique, but there were just so many obstacles to the actual building process. If this is how it is for an individual, can you imagine what it would take to get permits and everything else you need to build an entirely new subdivision? I mean, it's literally going to be years. In some cases, new developments have been in the works for more than a decade. So one of the solutions being touted as the lack of housing is building ADUs, but building one ADU at a time, it's just not going to solve the housing crisis. If we look across California, 30,000 ADU permits have been issued over the past year, and this compares to the shortage of 1 million homes across the state. So it definitely helps, but it's certainly not the answer to the problem. So people often say to me, okay, David, well, what does it mean for if I'm looking to sell my home? Or what does it mean if I'm looking to buy a home? Well, the interest rates are definitely holding some buyers back, but there are a lot of active buyers out there, all competing with lots of other active buyers. I mean, I see this every week with so many homes getting multiple offers. I don't want to make it sound like every home is getting multiple offers and going way over asking, because that just isn't the case. There are still some good opportunities to be had. And to be honest, I urge my clients to look at homes that have been on the market for a little while, or look at homes that aren't totally turnkey as a way to really get some value. So not all homes are selling for over asking price. The average home across Sonoma County is currently selling for 1% 3% over asking price. So that means for every home that is selling for over asking price, there's the same number of homes that are selling for under asking price. So even the most popular areas like Sebastopol, the average purchase price is still only, I say only, it's 103%. It's still, average of 3% over asking price. So if you do see a home that you like, go and take a look. And don't wait for the next weekend, as it most likely won't be available the following weekend. So if you are looking to either buy or sell, this is why all this is important. We're now in the peak buyer and selling season, so it's important to understand the current trends, the homes that are on the market, and really what represents good value. So if you are looking to buy or sell, call me on 707-238-2112, and I'll help you be successful in what is a pretty challenging market. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. Until the next video, go well.